he said that is what he expected this year, to put all the teams in top shape. But their legal tussle is saying that is a ploy to waste their tenure. But all the same, we hope that things will get better as far as Nigerian basketball is concerned. Ahead of the CAF Confederation Cup second leg, Rivers United coach Stanley Eguma says he's optimistic despite goalkeepers' injuries. And to Europe now, where OGC Nice, they've sacked their manager, Patrick Vieira, after 2.5 years in charge. Remember, there are two types of coaches, those that are fired and those that are waiting to be fired. Well, we hope that Patrick Vieira, Arsenal legend, and someone who helped France to win the 1998 World Cup, gets another job. And in cycling, Israel's startup nation, they've appointed Sherry Pridham as new sports director, and she becomes the first woman to take up the role. Once again, good evening and welcome to the show. All right, we are going to start from the Nigerian Basketball Federation, and the president, Musa Amadou Kida, had said that the legal tussle is a ploy to waste their tenure. And the Kida board has endured several court cases, which has made it difficult for them to achieve their goals, including their inability to organize the men's Premier Basketball League since assuming office in 2017. And for the president, in a video interview, he lamented the slow pace of development of the sport under his dispensation due to politics and selfish interests. I'm quoting him now: the Premier League is one that hurts me the most. It hurts me because as president of the NBBF, I should have been running very robust Premier League, but I don't. And he also added that they are legally banned and stopped from having that league. So I don't know when all this legal tussle in different federations will stop. But all the same, it did not stop the Nigerians, the Tigers, from doing very well in Rwanda, though the players had to come from their various clubs abroad to make sure they execute those games. But the domestic league, we want to see it running, according to Musa Kida. This is what he's saying, that is legal tussle that is really setting them back. Sanofi Francis, the sports Berlusconi, is here with me.
Well, a lot of things going on right now, but the truth is, in as much as everyone is trying to get things done, but I keep asking myself, why not do the real thing? You know, there are little associations down here. You have people doing things the way they feel it's the right way for them to do it. But when you ask them to be accountable for what they've done, you hear them running from pillar to post and trying to do some certain things that at the end of the day, you just be smiling and looking at them and look at all these people. Whatever you're doing, it's not going to get you. But I hope one day that the world, all of us, will get to the right place. But I feel sad that when we talk about sports, we talk about things like this. It's sad because that's not the main essence of the game.
Well, when you look at other leagues like Spain, France, Italy, and United States, they have a very, very, very robust leagues, and you see them picking players from their domestic leagues, you know, to get to the national team and help them do very well. If not for the players we've got, you know, abroad, different clubs doing well, then once it's time for camping, you call them together. If we are to rely on domestic players to help execute Nigeria's the Tigers matches, then I think we are going to fail, you know, big time because of what is happening right now. And even you don't have a running league, then how do you hope to execute matches? But then I think this is something we can settle. I don't know how long this will last, but I think it's high time we shit ourselves, come down to the round table and see how you can make these things work.
It's not about sheathing your sword and come down to the round table and discuss the thing. See, I just made an example with our Leagues Association. It's sad to see some certain things not done the proper way. If you just want to always sit at the round table to discuss things and do things, my brother, my sister, then things will not be done the right way. When someone is mismanaging, it necessarily doesn't have to be money, but not managing the affairs of the association. When you are elected president of a federation, for instance, the Basketball Federation, and you decide to think the federation is your property, and you can, because you are elected and the chairman or you are appointed at the case with you feel you can do whatever you want to do in a good score free. Sometimes, there are status in all of this, and when this status is well defined and explained to you at the end of the day, you think probably the members hate you. They don't hate you as a person, but because you don't have that leadership quality in you, then you have to step aside for someone else to take charge and move the association forward. In the case of the Basketball Federation, the fighting is becoming something else, and you ask, is there something extra that these people are seriously benefiting? Because they so aim with you competing or contesting that position, that is you becoming the president of the particular federation. It's for you to move the association forward. During your campaign, you said because you're working and what you've been able to achieve, the influence you have, you can attract businesses to the federation, then promoting the federation, taking it from where it was at when you met it to the next level and making it stronger and better. And making it stronger and better means that everybody around the federation, everybody have to do with basketball, as far as Nigeria is concerned, the players outside, they get to enjoy and develop themselves, not just pocket-wise, which is also added, but to develop themselves and become the best players of this game. But unfortunately in Nigeria, when people are elected into position, all they think about is how to make themselves very okay at the detriment of others.
Yes.
So it's sad. I've worked with some people, and I'm sorry to say, someone that you think that this person, because of how vast he is, probably has traveled to a lot of places and is experienced that, fine, let me support this person. Then the person finally gets to win the battle. You'll be fighting for a very long time. Then the person comes in and starts disappointing you. His leadership quality is zero. He doesn't know how to address people. All he does is to insult and all those kind of things. So I think if the court is the right place for things to be settled and for the truth to be nothing, and at the end of the day, the association gets to move forward after these things are done. No need of cutting corners. You have to, at the time in your life as a man, you have to have your principle that you don't want to associate yourself with someone that it's not straightforward. And the only way you can succeed in this life is when you define who you are. But when you lie a lot, when you play hanky-panky games, one day,
you're not honest.
One day, all will tell. So if they are able to get to sit down, the round table we're talking about legally, and they are able to spread this thing out, and at the end of the day, they are still getting to move forward. And it's okay, I mean, of recent, what happened in our little association, it's something that everybody should learn from. That just because you think that this person is okay does not mean the person has got the leadership quality.
Well, according to Amadou Kida, he also said that as president, his belief is that they should have a lot of leagues, championship and competitions in the country. He said the league should not stop. But if they have an issue with him, they can take him to court, and not the NBBF. The domestic leagues should be on, but he himself can have the issue. But right now, things are not done that way, and the group of people of Nigerian basketball stakeholders, known as Basketball with Integrity, they have petitioned World Basketball Governing Body, FIBA, on the lingering leadership dispute of the NBBF. So we hope that very soon FIBA will come in and see how they can resolve this issue. It's enough of all these issues with different associations. It's taking our sports backwards and not forward as we expected. So that is what we're getting from the world of basketball. And now to football. Well, the first leg where we did not blame them too much because the league has not started, and the fact that they've had a couple of preseason matches and trainings, it wasn't enough for the Port Harcourt B side, talking about Rivers United, to get positive results when they traded tackles with Futuro Kings right there in Equatorial Guinea. But the manager ahead of the return leg, he is really optimistic, and he's saying that despite the injuries to his experienced goalkeepers, Theophilus Afilokai and Ospina Igbe, that he believes that they'll be able to overturn the results and get a positive one that will scale them through to the next round of the CAF Confederation Cup. And that match is slated for Sunday at the Yakubu Gowon Stadium. So he admitted fitness concerns ahead of the encounter, and he said they've got fitness issues with some of their players for now, especially the goalkeepers, but is confident that they will be able to get at least 1-0. Will be able to see Rivers United through, because they got an away goal. The match ended 2-1 in favor of Futuro Kings, but 1-0 over here in Nigeria, we see the Port Harcourt side through to the next round. So we hope that they will be really prepared for the Futuro Kings, because home and away defeat to Equatorial Guinea based club side would not be accepted, though our domestic league has not started, no competitive matches yet. But then I think you just have to take some pride by winning that game and progressing to the next stage. So that's what we expect from Rivers United this weekend. Not just them alone, Plateau United, though they will not be playing at home, they'll be traveling away to play against the Simba FC of Tanzania. Let's also hope that they'll be able to turn these results and be the ones to progress on aggregate. Okay, and let's move over to Europe and talk about Arsenal. Yeah, one of their defenders, Hector Bellerin, says the results will come for them, and it is up to the players to change the dynamic they are in. And quoting him, he said, "We have no excuse. We were really upset, and we take responsibility." That is what Bellerin told the BBC Focus. "We know what we want to do to win matches, and if we don't do it, we know it is our responsibility, because maybe on that game our attitude wasn't right, or our positioning wasn't right. This is something we have all agreed, and it's important we all step up." I'm surprised that Hector Bellerin is talking right now that they have to step up. They should have stepped up since the season started. They've been struggling domestically, but in the European continental engagements, they have really done well. But domestically, I think he's saying the truth. They just have to step up. Because last time out, they were beaten by Wolves right there at the Emirates, 2-1, and it was their first defeat to Wolverhampton Wanderers since 1981, which is not a nice one.
Well, like we said in the morning, they shouldn't really celebrate. The reason why I won't subscribe to some analysis that the Nigerian Professional Football League hasn't started, that's why the Nigerian teams at the continental level did not perform to some certain standard last time out. Hopefully they do this weekend. The truth is this: if, for instance, United, when you were under lockdown, and you travel down to Nigeria to play Imba International, or Imba travels over to Old Trafford to play there, and Imba ended up beating Manchester United, regardless of the fact that they've really been that competitive, but they've had some time to put in some training under their beds. And Imba, who whether is United. The kind of form we saw from the likes of City and Liverpool a couple of seasons ago, and did passes in this way. But unfortunately, the other things like Liverpool, they are gradually coming back from injury now. Manchester City are probably coming back into form gradually. The inconsistencies of others has prepared them to where they are right now. Not because they are too fantastic, they're talking about Tottenham Hotspur, but it seems to be the best thing for now, as far as the EPL is concerned. So we get to know at White Hart Lane this weekend if Arsenal gets something from them, whether it's a draw or they get full point, then we can say they are back. Playing against if they play against Tottenham and they're able to get something from them, it will increase to boost their confidence going to the next game in the Europa League and going to the next game in the Premier League, because you just play against the new leaders and you're able to get something from them. That's kind of a play gives players, their team's confidence going into the next game. Really, they could consolidate on that and move on. But until that is done this weekend, I don't think I will listen to what anybody is saying. It's good that the players understand the fact that they need to perform on the pitch. It is very important that they are not blaming anybody, but they are blaming themselves, that they themselves have disappointed themselves. So they need to go out there and give the results. Thank God in London, they can have some session of the fans back for them. Some fans were at the Emirates last night when they played. They are not going to have theirs, but Tottenham over this weekend will have their own right there at the White Hart Lane. And when they come home, probably use that to get to win games, because Arsenal as a football club, they are not one of those that should be at the number 14 on the log. They should be competing for the trophy. Frank Lampard is not the best manager. He came in last season and finished 4th. He qualified for the Champions League, and as you speak right now, they've only gained qualification into the round of 16. Is third, just 2 points behind Liverpool and Tottenham Hotspur. To me, that's development. That's development. So I hope that Mikel Arteta can turn things around for the fans of Arsenal.
We get to mark 1 year in charge, and like you rightly said, we hope we turn things around, because when it comes to Saki, let's talk about somebody who did well for the Gunners while he was playing, during his playing career. Really fantastic people, He won the World Cup as a player with France in 1998. But the French outfit, after suffering different last night, and then to different because of right now, they don't know that they are doing well in the league. They are 11th, but their management, they felt okay, it's time for them to part ways and see how things will go. For Manchester City, Inter Milan, Juventus, and New York City before joining Nice as manager. So, like we always say, 2 types of manager: the ones that are fired and the ones that are waiting to be fired.
That's like manager.
Happening for the first time, a woman is being appointed as sports director, the first woman to take up such a role at the top level. She was one of the first women sports directors in Britain with Raleigh, and later became team owner. According to her right now, she said, "I feel truly proud and privileged. I want to get it right, because when I do, I know that it will inspire others to take the same journey, and that really does mean something to me." The Britain's most successful road cyclist, Chris Froome, who is a 4-time Tour de France winner, is joining Israel's Startup Nation as team leader next season. So I think Pridham, working with the 4-time champion for Startup Nation, together. And for Pridham, I'm joining one of the best teams in the world. So the combination of these guys could go on to produce so many medals for Israel Startup Nation. All right, guys, that is what we have for you right now. And earlier today, the first practice, the Sahel Grand Prix, started, still trying to get the results of the first practice. But as the show progresses, we are going to be telling you who won the first practice, then the second practice as well. Then tomorrow, the qualifying before the main race on Sunday. Remember, somebody is George Russell, but however it is, I think it's going to be massive for him to be making his debut and replacing the legendary Lewis Hamilton. All right, guys, time for you to be part of the show. You can reach us on 07062639275 or 09039394427. You can also reach us on 081217854. 81851-851-00884. These are the guys on the show.
The quarterfinals and semi-finals of the ongoing 17 national
Stephen Keshi tournament.
The quarterfinal earlier today. Idea Sports they played and I think sorry, hold on a minute. Let me played earlier today. I think the was telling us the time actually, but the embedded insurance feeders they won their game against JC. This team, like I said in the morning, they came all the way from Plateau State and they played fantastic, did very well. The insurance feeders, they won that game. So as we speak now, we are playing, talking about Ben Insurance and semi-finals, and they are playing against Idea Sports as of this moment. They are playing against them. Then Flight FC defeated Kepa so Kepa are in the semi-finals and they will be starting their own game by 5 p.m. Then Dynamo Academica took on Gapsin, and Gapsin went through to the semi-finals on penalties. They won 5-3. So it is now the game is on as then while later by some minutes from now to be Flight Football Club versus Gapsin in the other semi-final. Remember, the final is booked for tomorrow. The third place it's by 2 p.m. while the final properly is by 4 p.m. Saturday. And we know the special guest of honor is Comrade Philip Shai, with Deputy Governor for Edo State, will be the special guest of honor right there at EBTH tomorrow.
All right, so we hope everything goes well, and we hope that Bender Insurance feeders well. Coach Stanley happens to be
still more update
from the same tournament.
Another tournament again. The Christmas football party. The special update from the CMD's game. This is to inform all teams coordinator that the draws that the CMD's football tournament, that's Professor Daliti Obaseki. We normally have this December competition, his birthday, and the final normally will end on the 1st of December. That's we play on the 1st of January rather, and we all go there to celebrate that birthday this year. Now this is to inform all teams. Exercise we hold as follow. A venue doctors us immediately after UBTH gate. That's if you're coming from town.
this team being the FC team framework of participating in let's try and call us again because we can get you the same name. Alright, so try and get through to us 07062639275 090394427 and 08121789154. Hello. 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 Jason from Germany.
I want to speak about the coach. I want to speak for the coach because I'm the general manager of every team wants to win. They want to win trophies. And we can't a job. I stand in solidarity. When you win trophies, you are everybody's value. You are a tactician. But when you lose, everybody says, how did you get a job? So I found that the person for the partner. So I found the team, I think the players and the fans and the club should try to give these guys some more time to establish his practice. You know, these days football is not really played for the love of the game. It's about business, hardly. So I think I certainly understand. I've been there. I know that the fans and the people who want to win. They should also remember this guy won the cup for them. Definitely, when you lose 3 straight games, you are a bad coach. So, I don't think a lot of Arsenal fans. And you know, they showed you the way. Now they are calling you to come back. So that is not possible. Anyway, I found it solidarity with Arteta. You should be patient, you should gain this experience, so that in the future you will be a better coach. Also, I want to speak about Brendan Sharon. I speak now for the better people. I don't like to talk to politicians, but I can tell. Yes, I wish him happy birthday. The first time I see deputy governor for the great birthday. I never see this. I would perhaps this as a wish. He should return insurance for the premiership. As a wish.
Okay.
He will not make a wish. I make him a wish now. Insurance should come back before he leaves in 3 years' time. I don't know how he will do it. He should motivate them, buy them more players, you know, increase the salary, make them happy. And then
right,
come to the premiership and compete and go to continental competition. Thank you very much.
When you guys they do because going for that of Ben Insurance, they don't need more motivation. All they need to do is to get the promotion tickets and start playing at the Samuel Donia Stadium. The stadium alone is enough to motivate them.
Hello, my good man.
Good evening, Barrister Philip Otobo. Great to have you.
Yeah, I was the Francis.
You can hear you, sir.
Okay, Abraham is not around today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. You guys are doing well.
Thank you.
You know, I told told you guys the other day that Arsenal is preparing to do send off for Arteta. When we know him here that if you allow him to be in that field, you don't have to think of when you play in Arsenal with Ozil. No, you are not the captain. And then be like God, forgive and move ahead. Now look at the situation now. You can win for Europa, you cannot win at home. And then for Arsenal to be in number 14, it's so hard enough. So very quickly take this question, Rosa. This CAF presidency, now that the man is banned for 5 years, has there any other place to appeal to? Or that's the end?
You take his appeal to Court of Appeal of Sports, CAS.
Okay, is there a place to appeal to?
Yeah, he has. But the matter right now is, I don't know if they'll be able to look at the issue before the CAF presidency. So it's possible, looking at his appeal, maybe you have little time to.
You said that let our man step in and contest for that place.
Our man has not even declared interest. He's not even contesting. Talking about Magic Phoenix.
Okay, no, he's not contesting. Why now? I think he's coming so like he's playing in Nigeria now. Well, we pray for whoever I want to be there. I want Nigeria to try that place. I don't want the president of that place. We want to be there. All right, God bless you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Hello. Repeat your call. Hello. Alright, so guys, keep it close. You guys are taking the local stages of the UEFA Europa League, but are struggling domestically. They are similar for us. Where are you? You guys should call in and praise your team. Hello. Good evening. What is really happening to the network? I don't understand. The network is really having some issues here, but all the same, you can still keep on trying, and we'll be taking your calls as they are coming. Hello. 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 Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Your name and your location, please.
Yeah, this Usas calling from behind your station.
Usas from your station. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah, see, Arsenal is not, we've not hit the wrong button yet. Although we are having issues with Premier League, yeah, like what Bellerin says, the player does need to turn up on the very good day. The playing well, but things are not going their way. But for somebody to come and say it's Uzi, no, that is out of it. We need to move on with Uzi is out. Come January or next June, he moves. Even if it's okay, we are not doing well in Premier League. It's Uzi playing in Europa League. Are they not doing well? So it's not a matter of Uzi. Results are not just going their way. That's just the truth. The truth is the boys need to turn up. The coach need to get the status right. I know we are not sacking Arteta yet. 3 years is 3 years. We need to give him chance. We need to give him chance. If you look at when we remember when Code came in, his first year he was less than this. But today he's a Champions League winner and EPL winner. If we can spend the way these guys have spent Chelsea, I think we will be better off the way we are now. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Hello. Hello, go ahead, repeat your call. Hello? Nobody home. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, it's Omo.
Omo from Opawa.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
I want to talk about Arsenal, although I'm not an Arsenal fan. But then, looking at Arsenal, I think everyone will expect Arsenal and Arteta to do better this season. Considering the fact that Arsenal threatened to be beat by sign one or two players. If you look at last season, where they did those signs, they did better. You understand? So if Arsenal fans are saying Arsenal is not doing well this year, I think they are their right to do so. Because it is expected of one to...
Oh, try and call us and complete your contribution if you wish to. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. This is Brother Mike. Coming from the convention.
Brother Mike, you're welcome.
Yeah. I'm a United fan.
You're a United fan?
Yeah, I'm a United AC Milan. I'm happy my team are going to the next phase, and I'm even domestically we are actually doing well. It's been a long time coming. And because I remember the good old days when I was growing up, because the team was just there. In 2000. Yes. We have struggled both domestically and in Europe. Even sometimes we struggle to qualify for Europe. But thank God at least. And I'm able to get across because of the numerous number of persons that are trying to call into the program. So I don't have the SMS line.
Okay, so you can send SMS when you find it difficult to. Okay, you have a pen there?
Yes.
Okay, since you have a pen there, I should call the numbers?
Yes.
Okay. 081 851 00, that's 00 884.
884.
Yeah, that's the number.
Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. All right, this is just coming in. 32-man Futuro Kings contingent. They've arrived Port Harcourt, River State, ahead of Sunday's CAF Convention preliminary second leg tie. So the Futuro Kings are in town, and we hope that their host will send them packing without getting a goal at the Yakubu Gowon Stadium. Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Sorry, I called back. It's just a morning.
Oh, Jesse on the mic. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to speak about Arsenal playing Tottenham. If I'm not.
In North London Derby.
It is on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to say with the instability in Arsenal, with the fans bombarding Arteta from left, right, and center, I don't think they will win. I see a draw, but also I also see Jose Mourinho left, Tottenham winning, because Mourinho wants to make a statement now.
Ooh. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good afternoon.
Good evening, my brother. Your name and where you're calling us from?
Good evening. This is Steve, all the way from Okwepe.
All the way from Okwepe. Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
You too.
I just want to commend you people are doing very nice job.
Thank you very much.
What about that guy?
Yeah, he went out. So he'll soon be around, but he went out. So tomorrow, together, we're supposed to be here.
I want to talk about Arsenal. I'm hearing one of Arsenal fans say maybe they will spend more should be what. I think they blocked up to 3 or 4 players in. Why are they complaining? let them just manage what they are saying now. I think when they meant to come and collect Chelsea player, they were happy about it. They collect Louis, they thought Chelsea they will go to league. The Chelsea still able to survive. Now they meant to come and collect William. They thought maybe they win the league. Let them win the league. Let us see now. Let us continue. That's just my own contribution.
Guys, okay, let's take this. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Barcelona?
Yes. Good evening, sir.
I can hear you, Francis.
I want to wish my team for the Barcelona and the team of the moment, AC Milan, Rangers. I keep facing the last one in the Europa League because that's my club in the Italia League. And all the best to Rafa Abramovich. I hope it will come from injury very, very soon. So I love to see football. That guy's a man after my heart. And one of the people there for the job you are doing. God bless him.
Right. Thank you. Good. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
This is Great Gunners. Good evening.
Yeah, Great Gunners. Good to have you.
Thank you. I love all those Arsenal, that is anti-Arsenal fans that are
criticizing Arsenal.
They are rejoicing, anti-Arsenal fans. They say we should not complain. They should not complain. Every genuine Arsenal fans have every right to complain. And when we complain, it's nobody's problem. Nobody should be paradox for it. Because I have not seen any genuine fans that is three straight home matches and he said and the Arteta, you see, because Arteta was able to win charity sheet and because of this, he's bringing some fans. But Arteta is the problem. Now, the reason is that with that attitude, the attitude that he used in winning these two trophies, where are they? What happened along the line? For my own observation, he refused to play most of those players in their right position. He started gambling. And at a point, when I said I want that two trophies, many teams were afraid of meeting Arsenal. But I said I never knew that. So right now, Arsenal found themselves in a position where Arsenal as a team never expected or never liked to be. But however, we will survive. For the past 5 years, it has been like this. Even on every same way, the same thing. When we are talking of OZ, it's not the problem. What about OZ won? Is it not the same FA Cup? Has he been able to give Europa? No. So that is the thing. If we choose this game in we play, so don't have to have a team. Right now, you have to give. That is the thing. So I'm very have right to complain. We should not complain. We should be patient for 3 matches. If you fire, you can't do that in Madrid. Even just it cannot continue. So that is that. So Arsenal fans, we should be playing. If Arteta lose tomorrow or Sunday, they should fire him. We are the ones that
Hello.
Well, hello. Like I was saying, Mourinho wants to make a statement this season. I see that he's very determined to right the wrong of what happened in Manchester United. And it's second to watch out for Tottenham, not just against Arsenal, but generally in the season. Mourinho is not the Mourinho we saw last season. Right now, he's the experienced one. He has left being the special one. Has left being the number one, now he's the experienced one. He has all the experience to take Tottenham to the promised land for the first time. Pochettino, he tried. He was at the final. I don't know what Mourinho will do in the Premiership and in the Europa League, but I think something is cooking. So Arsenal are going to be blown away, unfortunately, this weekend. They should settle their home. When a house is divided against itself, it cannot stand. So you cannot be calling for the head of your coach when you want to win against a great team that is on fire like Tottenham. So I'm afraid they're going to lose or at least a draw. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. All right, let's look at the SMS. I'm sure we've got a couple.
Yes, a few here. Different race. Good evening, sports crew. Thanks for a great job in putting us updated in the world of sports. I think what Arsenal needs is just understanding by the players godly. Alright? Arsenal real problem is the lack of quality players and not Mikel Arteta. They should be ready to spend on the squad and not just buy one quality player per year. This is Astro from Lumi. Okay? Mr. Ibrahim said Arsenal beat a poor Chelsea team in the FA Cup final last season. Please, Mr. Francis, I need you to clarify if that Chelsea squad, the finished fourth was really not top notch. Please, let's give credit to where credit is due. Well, I can't remember him saying that from Rex. I didn't hear that. If what he said this morning, he was talking about the European team that they won against. Well done, men of sport, where Emmanuel Sani.
Emmanuel Sani. Yeah.
I'm not moved with our win yesterday. Can Arsenal do the same against Tottenham on Sunday? Odili from Sackler. Big question. All these Arsenal fans should stop complaining. Didn't they bring in players, even Chelsea players? They should just enjoy their 14th position gingerly. Cheers. Okay. Those are the ones again.
Okay, let's go back to the phone lines. Takes a couple of calls, then we'll wrap up the show this evening. All right, for those of you who still want to contribute, or keep the calls coming. 0706263 9275 09039394427 and 0812172178954. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Tell us your name.
Even from FFF, all the way from Okpekpe.
Okpekpe, okay, go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This Arsenal, let them manage what they have. Just have the same issue like that last season. They went to market to buy players. Why are they complaining? Let them manage. I think they collect Luis. They collect
William.
This guy again.
William.
What is the complaint? They are complaining. They don't have a team. They don't have a player. When they will buy, they went to the market and buy. Why are they complaining now? Let them manage. Let God just manage. Wait till they see me the manager like that.
That's all. Okay. So as enough fans, you guys should manage what you've got. I don't know. January is around the corner, so they could straighten the January transfer window. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Service from PZ.
Come again.
Service from PZ.
Okay, go ahead. Chelsea fan, yeah. You guys are doing well. It went for you guys against Leeds United, you'll be at the top of the Premier League.
So please, I want to know when you are playing.
You want to know when you are playing? That should be okay. I'll check for you. It should be tomorrow, Saturday, or last game tomorrow, 9 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, 9 o'clock tomorrow.
9 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is what to expect this weekend. Fantastic fixtures. Especially the London Derby is going to be March. What you want? Hello.
Hello. Yeah, this is Omo. I call that. Like I was saying about Arsenal before. Now that Arsenal has signed 1 or 2 players this season, so the fans expect Arteta to do better than what he did last season. And let's use Lampard as an example. We also what happened last season. Lampard finished the top 4, and last season he qualified from the group stage of the Champions League, but he didn't top the group. But this season we saw that he topped the group. You understand? And honestly, he occupied the top position in the Premier League. Last season it wasn't like that. So there is an improvement. It goes to show that because he didn't have the right players then, that is why he didn't perform well last season. And this season you can see that he's performing well. So same thing as the Arsenal fans are expecting from Arteta. So that's the reason they have to complain. You understand? If last season cannot be better than this season, where he has been using the money to sign players. So that's my contribution. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Yeah.
I'm Charles from Mopamesa.
Charles.
People are complaining about Arsenal and what is... Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
I can hear you. You said people are complaining about Arsenal.
Hello? Good evening. I'm going to start from Mopamesa.
I heard you correctly. Go ahead.
People are complaining about Arsenal, which is true. Arteta is not doing well. When Emery was back, we were in number 8 Arsenal was number 8. Now we are now in 14.
But is it after how many games? Have you guys played up to 12, 14 games?
And the man is not doing well. The man don't know what to do. He should leave there. Yes, he should leave there for another person.
Okay.
Because Arsenal is a big club to be in number 14 in Premier League.
You know, two or three wins can catapult them to third position. You know how it is sometimes when you have a little difference, you know.
This weekend, we are not expecting Arsenal to win. Arsenal cannot beat Tottenham at home. Arsenal, they can't win that match.
Okay. Let's wait and see.
They can't win that match.
What is it?
Last week, they're supposed to win that match. Which they lost.
Okay, all right. Wish them luck. Let's see if we can take, if we have more calls, more SMS to take. Okay, all right. We can take like 2-3 calls, then we call it a wrap on the show. Okay, more calls are still expected. 070. Okay, just one. Let's have that and see if we can take one call.
Good evening and sport. My name is Patu from Ekema Road. I just want to say big kudos to my darling team AC Milan for the fight backs made last night. And please, any news concerning the injuries return. Resoneri for what? Okay, Resoneri.
Resoneri, okay.
Spelling is it's different.
All right.
Okay, I get it now.
All right. Let's take this and send out. Okay. Any more messages? No. All right. This is where we have to draw the curtain on the show this evening. Many thanks to you guys for being part of the show. For you guys that called and sent your SMS, many thanks to you. Sanofi Francis, many thanks to you for doing this with me. My name remains Gosagwe Candy Sports Maestro. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 3:30. You know how we roll. 3:30 to 6:30. 3 hours of non-stop sporting shows and sporting show rather, where you get entertained, informate, and educate. So for me, we're going to be giving you all this tomorrow, and we promise to do that from 3:30. All right, have a wonderful evening ahead, and stay tuned for news break coming up at 5 p.m.